The Army Leadership Manual, ADRP 6-22 states, innovation describes the ability to introduce something new when needed or as opportunities exist. Innovative leaders tend to be inquisitive and good problem solvers. Being innovative includes creativity and producing original and worthwhile ideas. Leaders should see such opportunities to think creatively and to innovate. The Leadership Manual continues, a key concept for creative thinking is developing new ideas and approaches to accomplish the mission. Creative thinking uses adaptive approaches drawn from previous circumstances or innovative approaches, developing completely new ideas. The definition we use for creative thinking is developing new ideas and approaches of value using adaptive and innovative approaches developed from imagination, insight, and novel ideas. The hardest skill is to be creative while still coming up with solutions that are feasible. This takes practice and requires an environment where unique and innovative responses are encouraged and expected. Everyone on the staff can think creatively. In fact, creative thinking is more likely to be found in those staff officers and non-commissioned officers who are new and not hindered by the way it has always been done. A colleague who was a planner on division staff many years ago discussed how they always developed 3 different courses of action, or COAs, to present at the COA development briefing. The first COA that was presented always represented exactly what the commanding general had in mind and was looking for as a solution. COA number 1 was an attempt to provide a back brief of exactly what the commander had envisioned during the mission analysis briefing. COA number 2 was always what the staff thought was the way it should have been done. They would adjust the initial guidance to what they thought was the best approach, or better yet, what they thought the CG's guidance should have been. COA number 3 was intended to be a creative solution or something out of the box. Like other 2 courses of action, COA number 3 had to meet the screening criteria of being feasible, acceptable, suitable, distinguishable, and complete. COA number 3 was perhaps out of the box, but it also had to be worthwhile. COA number 3 could not be a throwaway COA. It had to be a standalone COA that would work. The only requirement was that it had to have something outlandish, totally different. It also had to meet the objectives of the mission and be realistic, but present a different way of looking at the problem and the solution. My colleague said, briefing the 3 different COAs was rather interesting. He also mentioned the CG wanted to see the COAs in order. He would look at the first COA to see if they actually understood what he wanted and was thinking. And as they briefed it, he would make minor corrections on what was his COA. He would then review the second COA, the Iron Major COA, to see if they were solid in their understanding of tactics and the use of combat power. He would look at it and see a few things that were perhaps good thoughts. Perhaps these majors had some nuggets he could use. After briefing the first 2 COAs, it would be time for the mystery COA, COA number 3. Nothing was out of bounds as long as it met the standards, the screening criteria, and was not a throwaway. This was their chance to shine and to show how creative they could be. Most of the time, the COA the CG ultimately approved was a hybrid COA number 4 that used components from all 3 COAs that were developed. The process for developing these courses of action included giving a back brief, COA number 1, being adaptive, COA number 2, and being innovative, COA number 3. The climate and division encouraged all 3 approaches. They didn't always get it right, but everyone contributed to developing the solution, and they were encouraged to be creative. Creative thinking is developing new ideas and approaches of value using adaptive and innovative approaches developed from imagination, insight, and novel ideas. Thank you.